Ball will be third.
Jennings passes to Johnson. Chicago grabs the miss.
This guy's a good three-point shooter, but that was probably from a little bit too far.
Yeah, not what I would call working to get the best shot either.
And he gets the bucket. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Detroit.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
The other thing they're doing, guys, is forcing turnovers and then creating points offensively as a result.
Bulls making a switch here. McDermott's checked in. Snell dishes to Brooks. 1:27 left here in the fourth quarter. McDermott can't get it to go. Now the Pistons with it. It's been 10 unanswered points.
And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. Going to books as a really gaudy win for the Pistons.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with the mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And digging themselves out of a 2-0 hole in this season series, very significant accomplishment. And they still have another game to play, which would give them a chance to ultimately go 2-2 if they win that last game against the Bulls.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for the chosen one. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
And Detroit again with the bucket.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
Now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Jennings kicks to Monroe, and he gets it to go.
They got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Monroe on the double team. Feeds to McDermott. Brooks outside. Kicks to McDermott. Back to Brooks. Lets it fly from 18. And that one hits back iron. Now Johnson. From outside the arc, another three for Detroit.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, the chosen one.
There he is. Hey, how are things back home?
Same as they ever were.
All right, all right.
Listen, when are you gonna come over to the house and have dinner? You know, Jeannie thinks I haven't invited you yet.
All right. Listen, tell her as soon as things slow down for me. So probably in the off season, okay?
All right, sounds like a plan. Now listen, you stay focused out there. Make your old ball coach proud.
All right. Yes, sir, I will, okay?
All right.
All right.
And tonight's broadcast here in beautiful Boston. Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr as we get set to bring you all the action. Looking at Boston, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Spurs. And that does your confidence guys no favor. got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Well, with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Well, especially, Steve, when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. I mean, that's a bad combination. Turning it over and then not defending.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. And it's Johnson in at the three, the small forward.
Still Celtics ball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 6.
5 on the clock. Outside Thomas. For the three. Can't get it to go. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And in winning that last game, guys, they drove the lane and attacked the basket very aggressively. It led to them drawing a lot of contact inside and causing some foul trouble for their opponent.
You know, a lot of people thought and assumed that when the Celtics traded Pierce and KG, they just took salary in return. But, you know, the guys they got proved to be valuable mentors for the youngsters on that team.
Here's Thomas, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Outside Thomas. Unloads from 13. Johnson with the block. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. A minute 42 left in the first. Jennings kicks to Johnson. Three-pointer, and another three for Detroit. And when you trade away stars, guys, and start a rebuilding process, it can't be understated enough that you need to have a few vets to help the process.
Yeah, I think you look at how some players played last year and, you know, their games grew. Definitely helped to have a vet or two around just to kind of help the development process.
And here is Thomas. After the three-pointer from Johnson, out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Fades back. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Johnson's got his third basket of the night right there. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Austin making a switch here. Pass is checked in.
We'll get a chance to check out Brandon Jennings, some of his numbers. His last month of basketball has been really solid. First in field goal percentage and one of the better passers in the league, in the top 20 in assists per game.
I don't think we can overlook the fact that he's the top field goal percentage shooter in the league. I mean, lights out. That's really the only way to describe him. He doesn't miss much.
Now, here's Thomas. His last outing, he had 18 points. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Here's Johnson, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue.